Welcome to an overview of the Colonial Women investigation. During this investigation, instead of memorizing names and dates from a textbook, which is hard and may not be interesting, you'll spend your time thinking through questions and social issues in the past and coming to your own conclusions about what it all means. Our approach supports you in learning about new topics, thinking critically about what you learn, and developing and communicating your ideas. Over time, this kind of work will strengthen your reading, writing, critical thinking, and problem solving, and it will support your power to make sense of and shape the world around you. Here's a quick overview of the steps you'll take to learn and respond to the question, was there a common experience for women in colonial North America? We'll review each step in the video. As you work through the investigation, talk with your classmates and others who can support you as you learn about women's experiences in colonial North America. Read.Inquire.Write lessons are called investigations. In this investigation, you're going to explore the central question, was there a common experience for women in colonial North America? You'll read newspaper articles, journal entries, and old laws about different women's experiences. As you read, you'll think about what all women might have experienced and what was only experienced by some groups of women. The sources you read will provide evidence that you can use to make a claim which responds to the central question. Once you figure out your claim in response to the central question, you're going to write a counter-argument style essay, a type of essay that helps you share what you think about the question based on the evidence, but also take into account what other people might think about the question. By the end of the investigation, you'll write a speech in response to the question as if you were an expert in a TV debate. The investigation will guide you to develop your argument step by step. You'll begin by making connections. Are there times you've seen women treated differently than men? You'll share what you already know about colonial North America and then build background by learning more about women's experiences at the time. You'll also think about the concepts of perspective, race, and gender. In step 2, you'll read and think about the sources your teacher has assigned. You'll use the sources you read to develop your argument. During this step, the bookmark tool will help you understand, analyze, and evaluate sources about women's experiences by annotating or marking up the sources. Keep in mind that you'll need to understand the sources when you're planning and writing later, and your annotations will remind you of your key ideas so that you don't have to reread in the end. You'll use your annotations when you figure out and then write your argument. In future investigations, you will take some other steps here to help develop your argument further. In this investigation, we'll move on to begin planning your essay. Next, in step 3, you'll use the planning graphic organizer to make choices about what you'll write and what evidence and reasoning you'll include to support your argument. This plan will be a roadmap for your own essay. You'll use all the work you've done so far to help you develop this roadmap. You'll look at your annotated sources, think about what argument is strongest, and then make decisions to plan the essay you'll write. After all this work, you'll be ready to write your essay in response to the central question, sources, and task. Translating your ideas into sentences and getting started with writing can be hard. That's why we include a useful language tool that you can turn to for examples of how to get started on your claim, evidence, reasoning, and counter-argument. In step 5, the reflection tool will help you review and improve what you've written so far. Here's a quick overview of the steps we've reviewed in this video. The investigation will guide you through each step to learn about and respond to the question, was there a common experience for women in colonial North America? Remember, as you work through the investigation, talk with your classmates and others who can support you as you learn about women's experiences in colonial North America.